Your 6 minutes are up. Right, now let's re-chat. First, hello, welcome. So, no, why? Beats me. No, XT, do not start the stream before my song ends, which is in 6 minutes or so, which explains what I just said. XT, hey Kango, do we spam this chat so the chat has lots of reading to do when he starts? Agreed. My plan is working. It is. No, it ain't. We have our own. Haha, sure. Plenty plan. Yes, plenty of them too. So, our plan. Let's discuss our plan. Our first plan. Plan A. ... You start. Nice plan. Thanks. Plan B. I start. Plan C. I'm just typing random messages. I think you're going with Plan C. And plans, explaining them in seemingly great detail, even though I'm explaining it in no detail at all. Plan A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z, and all of this just all of this is just a really clever maneuver to distract whoever is reading this from what they were initially meant to be doing. No, because I'm initially mean to be reading chat, so no. And backup plans, lowercase, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. They did not do what they that, and they don't see what they could that be doing. They can't see what this thing is supposed to be doing, haven't. And backup plans 1 to 421. Hello, Mr. W, welcome. 421. Hello. Firstly, what? Secondly, why 6? Snap. They changed PogChamp again. Oh, so it's a lady now. Wow, XT, hello, hi again. Indeed. Right, so here we are. Gonna build a bit of the Milton Valley Railroad. Build a bit more there. This is all fine. Actually, let me switch back and need to do a thing first. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. I'd like a bit of Milton in my tea, please. Can you deliver? Well, if you load it onto a train, then yes. I guess there could be a male and female PogChamps. PogChamps are not defined as one gender. Yeah, because it's actually champion at the Pog game, if I remember correctly. Are we VCing? Well, if you want to see the VCing, then no, but if you want to hear the VCing, then yes. Sure, why not? It'll be fun. Right. Also, what song was it, if you don't mind? Yes, your eyes, I really don't mind. No, I would like to do it. I'd like to do it. Hello, Slappy Eagle, yes. Hello, XD, yes, sure. Strange name for a song, that. Why not? Damn it. Why not? Damn it. No. It's fun. Hello. Welcome there, WL. Do. Did I understand you correctly?
Hello.
Did I understand you correctly? Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
No, I was doing Tangerine Puppet. Yeah, that song that you showed me a while back. Donovan.
Oh right, that one. Oh,
Hello?
I see. Yes, I remember now. I remember now. Yes, of course.
Hello.
Hello. 1 second. I know you can't hear me. Don't worry. I know you can't hear me. It's lagging.
Hello.
Yes, I know you can't hear me. It's lagging a bit. 1 second. It's lagging a bit. Hello again. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes or no?
I can hear you now.
Great.
I think. Say something.
Hello, can you hear me now?
There you are.
Yes. Good.
Wow.
And it
I can hear
remembered
you.
the setting. Good. For some reason it's just oh, this might be it. Maybe if I switch over to a different channel. Not sure why it's this laggy. It's not usually this laggy. Maybe if I put that. Oh, who's in the room with you? Who was that? Right, so let's load the route.
There?
Yes, I'm there. I know you can't hear me because I switched. Yes, I am there. Yes, I am there. It's because I switched back and forth. You couldn't hear me anymore.
It sounds like I'm broadcasting from the moon, apparently.
Does it? Oh.
Is there a lot of background noise?
There was some background noise. I'm not sure if it's still there. I can't hear any at the moment.
Is it still?
I can't hear.
Still sound? You can't hear me?
I can't hear background noise. I can still hear you.
Kango from the. Kango says now it's fine. Good.
Hold on, let me send the link to the song. Trainz, don't forget to change your latency settings. It remembered it. Probably because I haven't logged out and logged back in the meantime. So it's probably that's why it's remembered it. There's the link to the song probably. Nice. Can you still hear me? I can. Yes. Thanks. Sounds like you're broadcasting from the moon. The moon. Broadcasting from the moon. Now it's fine. At least it seems to be nice that it remembered. Yeah. Right, so welcome back to the most Miltonest of railroads. Here's the thing. Can you say Aardvark walked 5 times fast?
Aardvark walked, Aardvark walk, Aardvark walked down.
It's not easy, is it?
Is the answer that? No. I'm going to try my classic one. Imagine an imaginary menagerie managed by an imaginary menagerie. That doesn't count, Kango. That's typing it. It's cheating.
Isn't it imagined by an imaginary menagerie manager?
Well, there's two different. There's two ones. It's either imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managed by an. Oh, hang on. Imagine an imaginary menagerie.
The manager is managed.
It's either imagine an imaginary menagerie managed by an imaginary menagerie manager, or imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie.
Yes. Right. So what?
It still doesn't count, Kango.
Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. No. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. Aardvark walked. There we go. Ta-da! Hey, Shredder, sorry I cannot watch your stream today. I am busy. You do not need to explain yourself. If you're here, then that's good. If you're not here, that's okay as well. As long as you are enjoying yourself, I'm fine with it. As long, within the usual parameters. Although, sorry I missed bar streams. Hello and bye, yes. So what else? So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? What is the next thing? I would say make the fields. I would say make the fields here, so that the field area from back there connects to this field area, and then we can continue working on the stuff probably on this side of the tracks, on the left here, and then just do some stuff around here as well. But I think these fields are first. Right. So, how has your day been?
Yeah, mine's been pretty good because we had our role play.
Yes.
Our virtual role play session, which was a lot of fun, even if it was mostly recap.
Yes.
I believe that took 4 hours.
Yeah, well, we did make that one character.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. There's an error. 1 second.
I've got. Oh. Oh.
Oh, now it's loaded again. That's good.
I've got Tangerine Puppet stuck in my head now. Oh no! I've had a quick look at the tab, and it seems. I mean, I've seen people playing it, and I've had a look at the tab, and it seems fairly easy.
I don't know. You'll do a staff? What, for Ghostly Venture? Roll what? Well, I guess something. Right. Okay, I will admit, I am a bit tired. I'm a bit tired.
Well, you don't sound it.
Well, that is good. Okay. Actually, I've watched a couple of German cab rides. So in German, the cab of a train, of a locomotive, is called Führerstand, because the one who is driving the train driver, is called the Lokomotivführer, the one who guides the locomotive, the locomotive guider, the Lokomotivführer. Yeah. Yes. So a cab ride is called a Führerstandsmitfahrt, which means guider stands with driving, or guider stands point of view, things like that, which is a cab ride. Yeah. Where it's filmed out of the windscreen or windshield. Yes, a drive, and it's been really very interesting. And I've had an idea for a route with Trainz. Not sure if I've mentioned it, but I'm not sure that I mentioned it in detail. Not sure I mentioned it here in detail, but yeah, I've had an idea of what you could do with a sort of living railway session. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So that each train, you probably couldn't do it on a large map, but yeah, it is cutting out quite strongly the guitar, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I'm just doing it for good practice, really. Yeah, that is good. It is a really nice song.
Yes. So.
Yes, Slovak. I do have a guitar in the background. You put it in.
Yes, he did.
In the chat.
Yeah, so a living railway where if the network isn't too big, that you just have a couple of trains, and if I actually made the schedules for the trains to drive and don't just okay. So what I usually do when I make sessions is I just pick a time of day and weather, season if applicable, and then just make the AI trains drive around in such a way that it would be nice for the session. But if I actually made the schedules for the trains, then I could make them run those schedules in trains. So that if a certain train is scheduled to depart at 5:30 p.m. at a station, that it actually does that. There is a drive schedule rule. Not sure if that is connected to that because there is a. Okay, let me just show you in session rules. If I go here and then go. I don't know what it's called. It's something schedule. Here, schedule rule. There we go. So this schedule rule, you can insert a destination or a track mark. So let's just do, for example, multiple in... actually, no, not this one. Let's do the Knago halt. You can see I can... no, that was wrong. That was wrong. Right. You can see that I can change the arrival time here and the departure time. And... wait, command? Oh, track name. Okay, so command... Oh, right, so you can trigger a command here when it stops at this thing, apparently. Oh, that's interesting. Right, and then you can insert the next thing and make a schedule this way, and this will then show up in driver. You can see the schedule. And then there is also a drive schedule rule. I'm not sure if that applies to this. Or I could just do it the old-fashioned way, which not old-fashioned. I mean the traditional way, as it were, which is to just make all of the, just do it manually. Just put in a session rule or a driver command to go to this specific location, and then wait until this time, then go to this specific location, then wait until the next time, and so on, and then just have it repeat. And depending on the size of the route, I may have to put this quite often for it to be, because it would have to simulate the full 24 hours. So, but the thing is, if it's an hourly service, then I only need to put it in a couple of times if it's not going in the night. So maybe like 12 times or maybe 15 times or something like that. Which that is sounding quite strange with the Discord distortion.
I can get it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be really nice to do. And then another idea I had with that would be, okay, I'd need to test it, so I'm not going to say it yet, but I've had another idea of what I could do with that sort of system. However, I would really need to design a railway around that, so that there are enough locations that would look good and would work properly. And it would also be fun to make a route that is set in the modern day times, because I don't know why, but for some reason, all of the routes that I've been working on for a long time are all set in the past, instead of the 50s or 40s. Yeah, for example, this one was set in the 50s or 60s. The Annesley Island Railway I started is also set in the 50s or 60s. It's a bit too close. The interurban railway I started is set in the 40s. So, yeah, it would be nice to not have to worry about time period accurateness of assets. Coleman set in the 50s. Yes, it is. 50s or 60s, around there. I think maybe a little bit of a hill here would look good.
Oh yeah, that would look quite nice, like in the centre.
Yeah, on the edge a bit, going into the center, yeah. This is too strong up here. That's too strong. Right. Let me read chat. Charis, oh, did you know? Now, route name ideas. Nigelschaffen Network. Pitzfeld, Gartenburg. Yo, Miss W, you have a guitar in the background. Yes, yes. Ooh, is a performance starting? Oh, apparently it has. I do. What of it? Bit of live music would be nice. It would be nice. But it would be even nicer if Discord wouldn't be distorting it as much.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Nah, it cuts out too much, and I've not even started to learn Tangerine Puppet. Alright, something else maybe? And about the cutting out, maybe you could change that setting in Discord as well. Yeah, it's not just cutting out, it's also distortion. The cutout time? Cutout time? No, not cutout time, it is cut off. The loudness, the decibels. I doubt it. Maybe put a pair of headphones in, but then it wouldn't be heard on stream. Alright, and not cutting out, but too distorted. I see. Comment set in the 50s? Comment, yeah, 50s, 60s. Shadows, when's Beetlebrook set? Beetlebrook is not set at a specific time. I just wanted to make a route that looked like an American route. I didn't really bother too much about when exactly it's supposed to be set. So it's just set in America, and that route is quite a few years old. So, yeah. And Kutzel, Yarten, Alfnor, they're all not set at a specific time. Shall it's not Nigelschaffen, but Nigelshafen. Nigelshafen. I see. E would drive there. But yeah, I mean, Discord is literally called Discord, so what do you expect? I expect it to be harmoniously accurate. And when is Y City set? Nah, I had no idea. Just wanted to make a nice route. Yeah, but it's an unfortunate title. It's an unfortunate title. Well, it's pretty catchy, apparently. When did they go with that name? Why did they go with the name anyway? Then it should be called Accord, not Discord. Yeah, probably because so many people were talking on it. It's just creating a lot of Discord. I don't know.
To be fair, Accord does sound like a social media site.
It does a bit. Also, it sounds grander, I feel. Like, these are the accords that prevent war. Or something like that. It's just something... Yeah. The Accords of 1823, which have since held strong, but now threaten to be broken. Okay. How does this look? I think that looks okay. Maybe a bit closer. That looks grand. Thank you. Oops, did not mean to paint that. I know why I mispainted that. It's because I still thought that the center of the screen would be the center of where it's going to move, but because I've got the window a bit smaller so that I can see if I'm still being picked up on Discord, the center of the window is not the center of the screen anymore. That's why it kind of threw me off with the painting a bit.
I'll be right back.
Sure. So nice seeing the shadows actually work. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Right, so we actually need another access point. But, well, could do it over there, but actually no, let's make it cross over this again. Yes, it may not be that realistic, but, given that there's a road over there, but I do like grade crossings. They give the player a bit more to do as well. So I think that I'm going to have another one here. Okay. I move this a bit back. Sort of like that. Then I'll need the crossbucks. Did I actually? No. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Sure, it's a bit laggier, but at least it's displayed correctly now. Yeah, it does. I don't think it makes that big of a difference actually, performance-wise. I don't think it makes that big of a difference actually, at least for me on this route. That's good. Now I need to place the whistle boards. There we go.
Barely have anyone else in the VC nowadays, don't we?
Sorry, what?
We barely have anyone else on the VC nowadays, don't we?
Yeah, it's mostly because of Slovak. It was usually, well, actually, that's not true because Swadar was in voice chat last time.
That's true, but that was only for one player session.
It was the. He was also there for the Coleman Mounts session, which was right after that.
What? Well, a few times ago.
No, that was last time, I believe. I believe that was last time. Last Trainz stream. But yeah, you're right. It's because Slovaks, Eagles, internet. Yeah, but also microphone is broken. It doesn't really work that well. So
Schedule.
I think it's more his microphone that's the issue. Right. Let me chat. Welcome.
Sleek.
Backways. True. Last time? Oh, right. Alright, yeah. Of course. It was MP/MCMR, then TS/RCT3, then Unity 3D, and now this. Slovaks seagulls. Seagulls. Oh, yes, of course. Slovak seagulls. Well, what does it mean if someone is Schudaland? Schudaland? No idea.
Scheduling. It's
Yeah,
usually always on
scheduling.
schedule.
Yeah, probably. That is seagulls, not seagulls. Seagulls. Yes, what Miss W said. Schedulant. Right. Okay. What if someone is predominantly schedulant? What if someone is predominantly schedulant?
What, before the schedule?
No.
Before the time that... Well, they're early. Really.
No, predominantly, I mean.
You mean Oh, most of the time schedulant? Well, yeah, they'd still be schedulant.
Okay.
For example, mostly fun. Like, for example, mostly fun is still fun.
Great.
Except for the time it's not.
Except for the time when it isn't. For the times when it isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm doing right now in Trainz?
I'll wait for the stream to catch up. See, I could just give an easy cop-out and say building the Milton Valley Railroad.
Yeah, you could.
That's cheap.
It is.
Well, you're working on... working on a hill just now. Track borders?
No. I'm placing the whistle board and the automatic whistle triggers that force a train to blow its horn. However, these may not work correctly because it only taps it basically, but it would need to hold it a bit. But it's probably better than nothing. If not, then I'll change it to
Imagine
be
if you
nothing.
if you could still see them during an actual bout.
Yeah, when you're playing, that would be a bit annoying.
Crashing through.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Next is the grass on the side. No, not this texture, the other one. This one.
Yeah, you might have.
S-legals. Sorry, what?
Legal Slovak eagles.
SL, Eagle Sleagle. Yes. Yes, my day was mostly scheduled.
Schlegel.
I guess my day was mostly scheduled. Sure, there was the plum pie accident, which took away an hour, but still. The plum pie accident. Or why not incident? The plum pie incident. That sounds even funnier, I think. Because then you're not sure if it's just you accidentally ate one, like that was the incident, or maybe you should have brought one but you didn't. But
eat something like something as big as a plum pie.
Sorry, what? You cut out a bit.
Yeah, with something as big as a plum pie, I don't know how you'd accidentally eat it.
Well, you could just say. You could say, okay, well, you've got a couple of minutes, just one piece, and then you have a piece, and then you look outside and see, well, it's raining a bit, maybe wait a couple more minutes until maybe it lets off a bit, and then, well, just have another piece, and then...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Right. I think it looks much better now that there's another field in place. Of course, it's not finished, but still. Or rather, it ate up an hour. Ah, yes, it ate up an hour, yeah. Illegal eagle. Incident, yeah. Accidental incident. You presumably know Hotel California. Hotel California, I see. On a dark desert highway. Dun dun! That's done by a band called the Eagles. I know. Stands this deserted hotel in the middle of a desert. Dun dun! But Guns N' Roses is more of my kind of coffee. Well, I don't like coffee. I don't like the way it smells. If it tastes anything the way it smells, then I don't like it. Also, I don't like the effect that it can have on you. And a tribute band of them is called the Illegal Eagles. A favorite GNR song? Paradise City? No. My favorite Great Northern Railway song.
No,
I would have to say
it's
is one to do with Flying Scotsman, probably. Even the Flying Scotsman, when those songs were made, I don't know if it was still Great Northern Railway then. But yeah. That's the only one I know from the game. Paradise XDD. I don't know that game, sorry.
No, Paradise.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know the game Paradise XDD. It says from the game Paradise XDD.
It sounds like one of those ones that would like market itself as one that was haunted or something.
Ah, yeah. It does a bit. I gotta be. It's gotta be. Don't cry for me. Okay. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are green. What?
Green and the girls are pretty. You read that wrong.
I know. I deliberately read it as green twice. Flying Scotsman, really? I prefer Sterling's ballads. Are there ones? If there are, please send them to me. I would be very interested in those. Oh, wouldn't you please take me to Rome? Rome.
Something you might not. No, I won't. Says Slovak. Something you might not know is that Axl Rose's real name is Bill Bailey, which is the same name as the last person to be hanged in America, and also the name of a musical comedian.
I did not know that. Thanks. Right, this should work. No, I see. Shadows, I'd love to send them. I don't know any at the moment. I see. So it was a tease, I see. Right, let's place some more shrubs. That sounds like a good idea, right? Yes. Oh, no, not some more grass, some more shrubs. Test.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I was testing to see if I can hear myself over your mic, and I could a little bit, but it's probably fine. It is probably fine. Push. I have a video to make by the end of January. Something that you will enjoy. Oh, is it the trailer for Central Europe? Test successful. Proceed as normal. I shan't. You're probably expecting something else to come there. Right. Ooh, what is it? You want me to say it, or you want to be surprised? Well, up to you, really. I don't mind either way. Right, so that's a field, I'd say. Wouldn't you agree that that is a field?
I'd say so.
Sorry. Shantangosaurus. No, not Shantangosaurus. Kangafango. Shantangosaurus, by the way, is a heterosaur, if you were interested. I believe one of the largest heterosaurs. And yes, iguanodons are very similar to heterosaurs, but I don't think iguanodons are heterosaurs. Vote, say it. I'd rather be surprised now. The way we could have both. That way we could have both. Well, If he said something that wasn't true, then you'd be surprised later. I think that a little gas station would look good here. By gas, I mean gasoline. Oh, right, I completely forgot about billboards. I need some billboards. Quoting Wikipedia, the genus Iguanodon belongs to the larger group of Iguanodontiae, along with the duck-billed heterosaurs. Interesting. So, are the heterosaurs then a type of Iguanodontiae? According to that. Okay, by the end of January, Central Europe v0.99 will release on DLS. Teaser for v1.0 will be made. Cab drive from Kralovany to Prerov via Zelina and Olomouc in ZSSK C131. Oh, very interesting, very exciting. Shadows, a what? A gas station? Well, you can certainly guess that. May not be true, but you can guess it. Ooh, that's lovely. Shadows, it would seem so, probably. Congrats. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to it. It was the right call to make to say it. Because now I can look forward to it. Let's see. Do you think this fits here?
Over to catch up. Ooh. It looks cool, but as for fitting, I'm not entirely sure. What's it meant to be?
I don't know. Maybe it's a tourist attraction thing, or maybe it's air traffic control tower. I don't know. It says Las Vegas in the title.
Oh right.
LMAO. Shaddais went full German on the number. Of course. Full. The city name pronunciation was really good. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. Shaddais, definitely. We've got to have that. Oh, I'm gonna borrow that Las Vegas stratosphere for my Shinkansen route. Don't talk to me about it. I don't own it. Right. This is the kind of thing I wanted. Just a small little gasoline station. Or a British petrol station. And actually, petrol station never really made much sense to me, because what do petrols have to do with this? As in the birds.
Call it something different.
As in the birds, petrol.
Oh,
petrol. Right. The birds of prey.
I didn't know they were birds.
They live at the South Pole, I believe.
Right.
Actually, maybe I can show you a picture. If I can remember how to spell it. Oops, not Bert. Bird. Petrel. Petrol. Yeah, so these ones. Petrols.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They get to be enormous. And they actually hunt penguins as well.
Wow. Ooh. Look. They don't look very nice.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this picture of one. This is by
quite disproportionate.
Lee's bird. No, just look at this picture of it.
Hang on. Oh! Is it a very strange beak, or is that one behind it?
No,
It's got it open.
it is just, yeah, it's an open beak. Yeah.
That's weird.
And they hunt penguins.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the stream. Right. So... sure, why not? Let's have a little compressor sitting around at the side. Tire rack. Never get tired of those.
Yeah. Never tire of them.
Exactly.
I got the bad puns here, boy.
Right, and...
You and Kanga really should have a bad pun. Oh.
Should have what?
Have like a bad pun off.
Yeah, but it would have to be a one-off.
I don't think we could take anything more than a one-off. Our mind would slowly start to degrade if you did it any more than once. Oh.
Oh well. Right. Right, so something like this looks good, I think. If I place some cars in here and some stuff like that.
Yeah, like a stand-up thing for a pun. Yeah, Kanga.
Let me read chat.
Oh, no.
Shadows, it's always that one, isn't it? Patron? Ooh, Castrol! Shadows, I've never seen them or heard of them. Never! Whoa! Like a larger, more scruffed up seagull. Yeah. Hi, yes, hello. Gull. Hello. Hi, hello. Hi. Shadows, never get tired. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like a stand-up thing for puns? Gig for puns. Do you all have HO scale or any other scale? Well, I have a scale that measures weight, but other than that, I sadly don't have any model railways. Other than that one. If I had the space, time, and money for it, and time and money are a lot of the time the same thing, because they can to an extent be used interchangeably, then I would definitely have that, but no, I don't. Have you all got HO? Any other scale? I already know doesn't have. Nope, don't have any of them. So I got around to a bit of the story for the Shinkansen route. I'm thinking of making a short book before publishing the route. Well, go on, do it. Fun fact,
an odd.
A what?
Go on, you'll see what I mean.
Fun fact, Africa and Australia are almost the same shape. Interesting. Yes, the words as well. Actually, whoa, nice. Wow. Remember when I said about getting my first scale locomotive? Yes, I remember. And then in Discord you said, well, actually you may want to say this now, so I won't spoil it in case you do want to say it now. Right, so actually let's put down not a merry-go-round, a police car.
How did you get those two confused? Was that the search engine thing? I got it confused.
No, it is. I typed in car, and apparently in the name of that asset it had car in it. So when I clicked on a random asset in the list, it highlighted that one. So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, No, not
carousel. Yes,
carousel.
probably
Carousel.
carousel.
That was why.
Probably yeah.
Hmm. I've heard. I've heard it. I've heard someone call it. I've heard someone call it a horse tornado. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
I've heard someone call a carousel a horse tornado before. The excuse he gave was because it's quote horses tornading.
Horses.
Tornading.
Nice.
Yes.
Now this police car is too modern for the 50s or 60s. I know. But the model is quite good, and so are the textures. I think it would really elevate the scene. So I'm going to put it there. If I find a more fitting one that's equally, that is of equal quality, then I will exchange it. Not that one, that's even newer. Nope, not that one. Chicago Police, no. Cars Police. Nope. Building Police Station, nope. Well, I might as well place it. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, words wise, Australia is similar to Austria. We go wound. Wound, not wound. I'd guess that the one you put down is like from the 70s or late 60s. I'm sure there's other ones lurking somewhere in the deep dark depths of the download station. Shadows, will you place it somewhere? The merry-go-round? I'm not sure. Right. That's okay. This place definitely needs some dumpsters and trash, so let's search for dumpster.
A merry-go-round in the tip.
So what?
A merry-go-round in the tip.
Why didn't it find dumpster? Should found it. No, now I found it. Maybe I mistyped it accidentally. Right. Sure is the old police box, the British one. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Right. Mr. W, do you actually watch Doctor Who?
No, I don't know. But one of my friends does, and he's quite a big fan of it.
I've watched a bit of the old stuff and almost all of the reboot stuff since 2005, and it is really, really good up until the current iteration. The
David Tennant one.
Well, first it was Christopher Eccleston. First it was Christopher Eccleston, sorry, who only got one season. Sadly, he did a brilliant job of it. The way it's funny, the way it just fit, yeah. But then was replaced with David Tennant, who also did an amazing job of it, and then what was his name? Smith. Wills? I can't remember his name now.
Okay. I think the most recent one one's a female doctor.
Yes, Matt Smith. Matt Smith also did an amazing job. Then, of course, Peter Capaldi, who did an outstanding job. And then the current one, which is... I can't remember the name. Yeah. I'm a bit tired. Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker is the actress name. Jodie Whittaker. And I think that Jodie Whittaker also does a great job of portraying the Doctor. She has such a more motherly feeling to her, not just because she's a woman, but because just the way she plays it. A more familial approach, I would say. And it's such a shame because the writers of Jodie Whittaker's seasons, they most of what they give her is it's trash. The episodes, most of it doesn't work. Because the thing is, with Doctor, the basic Doctor Who format is it's the Doctor and then one or more companions who then follow. So previously, in the new Doctor Who, the reboot stuff, it was always only one companion, with the exception. Well, there were a few exceptions, short ones. But it was mostly the Doctor in the foreground, and then the companions kind of to tag along and as a bit of exposition, as a target for exposition, that sort of thing. And that worked well most of the time, although with Clara, after she got the teacher thing, it kind of became a bit boring with her, in my opinion. But anyway, then because the whole time war story was finally behind the Doctor, they wanted to change it up. They wanted the Doctor to no longer be this outsider who's running away from his past and kind of catching people along the way, but rather to be free and to have this... what's the best way of putting it? To not be...
More relatable.
Not necessarily relatable, but rather to be more wholesome, in a way. I guess that's the best way of putting it, to be more wholesome. Which I think is a great idea. Because that's why they cast... in certain ways. That's why they cast Jodie Whittaker, because Jodie Whittaker does an amazing job at that. The way she plays the Doctor is just so wholesome and innocent in a lot of ways, which is something that the other Doctors definitely weren't innocent. And to help with that, they also changed up the format from it being mainly about the Doctor and having a few companions tagging along to instead having a pseudo family, which is Graham and sort of almost sort of late middle ages, a bit older, sort of a grandfatherly figure, who was a professional, who was a bus driver originally, and then having Yaz, kind of a woman in her 20s, I'd say, early 20s, who's training to be a police officer. She's a police officer, which is also good because that gives another character of authority, which is not just the Doctor. And then also having Ryan, who's actually the adopted, well, the step son of Graham's. So because Graham is Caucasian and Ryan is African American. So and them clashing in the beginning and working things out, all of it feels like it's aimed to be more wholesome, more familiarly oriented, more innocent, which I think would be a great target, a great thing to aim to do with Doctor Who, because the traditional format of the Doctor being the big hero, or in some cases almost a god that the other characters just gravitate around, is getting a bit old. Yes, I think there's still a lot you can do with that scenario, but it is getting a bit old. And yeah, I think the idea is great. And in the first few episodes, what? What?
I didn't say anything. I just coughed.
Oh, sorry. I thought you laughed. I thought you laughed. Yeah. In the first few episodes, it did work. It did work, but then two things happened. One is the writers. I don't know if this is this is just from what my feeling from watching the episodes is they don't know how to write that sort of story while keeping the Doctor Who fans interested. So so what ended up happening is, because now that you've got those three side characters, it is three, right? Graham, Yaz, Ryan. Yes, those three side characters, they're designed to work in conjunction with the Doctor. That the whole group is the protagonist, but because they then tried they then tried to make the Doctor more of the protagonist over the others, because she is the Doctor. She has lived for thousands of years. She has all of this experience. She is the brilliant, mad Doctor. She's the Doctor. That's what the fans want to see. That is what those epic moments are all about from previous Doctor Who episodes. But the thing is, the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, isn't designed to work like that. It's designed to work in a group. So then you've got the Doctor kind of acting as though she is still this lone wolf kind of character, even though she clearly isn't. And the rest of the cast is basically only used for exposition, very, very heavily used for exposition, and as slapstick characters that bumble around or say the wrong thing, do the awkward thing, or press the button that they weren't supposed to press, and just generally stand around, because now they're writing stories that are focused around the Doctor, and they don't know what to do with the other characters, but they're stuck with them. So yeah, that doesn't really work that well. It just ends up being boring, because you've got all of this potential, but you're not doing anything with it, because you want to keep it too similar to the original format for the change to really work.
That
go on.
I completely get what you mean. Yeah, sort of using proven stuff rather than trying new things out. Stuff that like old stuff that proven works rather than trying new stuff out.
Yeah, but it isn't even that, because it's like they're trying to do the old proven stuff, but with the new format, which just doesn't work. It doesn't mesh. It clashes. Yeah. Because the thing about Yaz being... Go on.
No, it's you, because mine will take a while.
The thing about Yaz being a trained police officer, someone of authority, someone who knows how to handle crowds, someone who knows how to handle herself, that sort of thing, in a fight, I mean. It's really not touched on. In the first few episodes, in the first couple of episodes, it is mentioned a couple of times, but then she just acts like the rest of the companions. She's just following the doctor's lead and being it feels like one of the usual companions, and they completely forgot about her training as a police officer, which is what made her character special. And then when they do touch up on it, like you see in one episode that she gets in trouble with her superior officer because she's been away on travels for so long with the doctor, where she says she's been on a secret mission. Yeah, so they do remember that she was a police officer, but they don't write her like that. And it's just stuff like that. And okay, the second thing was propaganda, but I'll let you get yours in first.
Well, just give me just give me a sec. Just give me a sec.
Sure. Take all the time you want.
I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what I was saying was, it kind of sounds. I mean, trust me, this is related. It kind of sounds a little similar. It kind of sounds a little bit similar to being a wrestling fan, particularly of the WWE, because their whole system really is built upon relying on their old talent come back and give proven draws.
Interesting.
Like, especially the one of them, the recent shows in Saudi Arabia, for example, or the sort of semi-recent shows, where Bill Goldberg came back, and despite not even being able to perform his finishing move properly, quashed a new star in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, but it's most of that, if not all of that, is just show. It's staged.
I know. It's the booking of the show.
Yeah.
That is horrendous. I mean, the amount of people say that it's just an audience of one. The leader of the thing. But anyway, yeah.
Let me read chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now it sounded like you were underwater just now. Fine now. Matt Smith, Chalice. Yes. Judy Whittaker? Yep, got it. Hey guys, can y'all look at train stuff? I sent some of the locos in the train shop. I'll look at it later. Not on stream, but I'll look at it later. I definitely will. Chris, I can't right now, but if you'd be fine with it being on stream, Shadows could show it maybe? Nah, I won't. I don't... I mean, sure, if it's that important to you, sure, I'll show it. I see. Yes. Model trains behind glass is always something. There's something special about that, because you always want to get them out of the glass and play with them, hold them in your hand, that sort of thing. Although, why are all the photos portrait? You would be able to see so much more, so much better if they were landscape, just the other way around. Anyway, yes. Nice photos. Right. Or left, depending on what you want. Right. Or left, yes. So, so the other thing which is hinged on is the writers. I'm not sure if it's the writer's fault or the director's fault or the producer's fault, but somebody is responsible for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who to be most episodes have very strong political agendas in them. And
okay.
I don't mean that in a way that they have comments on politics or political agendas. No, I mean that it's more like propaganda. For example, here's an example. It is following the trend of being very clearly anti-masculine. Yeah? If you watch the new Doctor Who, the Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, then if you pay attention, you will very soon realize that the male characters in it are either bumbling fools who are incompetent, or they are villains. But the heroes are women. There may be one or two exceptions, but other than that, they're always women. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That obviously, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have a heroine, the female version of hero.
Women can be heroes, but both genders can be heroes.
Yeah, exactly. The thing I mind is that it's not a balanced thing. It doesn't even have to be balanced. I mind that they go out of their way to have anti-masculine messages, to have it soaked with that. It's just one example. There are quite a lot of these types of things in it. Like, for example, in one episode, do you remember how I said that the companion characters are basically just standing around most of the time, not really doing anything or either bumbling around? Yeah?
Slapstick.
Yeah, some parts. So, for example, in one episode, the Doctor goes back in time to a couple of places and goes back to Victorian England. And meets actually, I don't like these kind of shrubs. The color doesn't match. Meets a historic figure. She meets Babbage. I forget its first name. Charles Babbage. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Charles.
Was it Charles?
It's Charles, yeah.
Yeah, Charles Babbage and the future countess, I think. Basically, his friend. And Babbage, they make him, of course, say anti-feminine slurs, like, for example, that of course, because you're a woman, or something like that. Which, yes, while that is, I can see that would be accurate for the time period. Okay, but then
exactly, yeah,
that's fine. Don't have a problem with that. But then immediately after that, so he says that, then cut to Jodie Whittaker and the actor and the other the Babbage's lady friend. They share a look like, oh, can you believe this idiot? Like, look at how he's talking, yeah? As though the norm was that it was socially accepted that this was not the norm, this sort of view. And while it may not have been, it certainly was not uncommon. And I mean, if there was historical precedent for this specific this specific character in history to be very active in female rights, that sort of thing, or to be very independent, then yes, I could definitely believe that. But this character, there's no reason for that. It's just like nodding at the audience and saying, "Hey, can you believe this toxic masculine character over there? Yeah, what an idiot." Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. And then in that very same episode, the woman teams up with the Doctor, and then in World War II, there is another historic figure, another woman who was a radio communicator in Paris, I believe. Yes, and she also teams up with the Doctor. So then there's the Doctor and these two other women who are trying to thwart the evil plan of the Master. Yeah, trying to save the day. And they're making plans, and they're doing all this stuff and laying a trap, and then it came to be like, no, these two women are playing the companion role. Meanwhile, what are the actual companions doing? Oh, of course, they're bumbling around like incompetent fools. Yes, of course. So they have these. They're the actual companions, that the Doctor is a part of that group, which it was designed to be, and they not only don't use them, but they actively introduce other characters to fill that role, while the actual companions are just basically nothing.
It does sound like quite a boring show.
Yeah, a lot of the Jodie Whittaker season's episodes are quite boring, and some of them, because of the aforementioned thinly veiled political propaganda, well, what it feels like at least, are actively aggravating. But it's not the actor's fault, because Jodie Whittaker...
They're just doing what they're told.
Yeah, it's not just... No, because it's such a shame, because Jodie Whittaker... I really like her as the Doctor, because she brings a new side to the character. It's a shame that they don't give her the stories that she deserves. And there are a few gems in there. There are a few episodes with Jodie Whittaker that, well, if they were older Doctor Who episodes, so from David Tennant, Christopher Eccleston, Peter Capaldi, I would say they were mediocre episodes. But for this Doctor, this Doctor, they are good episodes. And the writers do... I get the feeling that the writers do have... that they are aware that there is an issue with the companions. That they aren't really doing anything with them. They are aware of that because...
So rather than try and fix it...
No, the thing is, they are trying to fix it a bit, because I haven't watched all of it. But a couple days ago, I watched one of the episodes. And there they do try to do something with the companions. They do try to do character development with them. It's an episode where they all experience their nightmares. I know, not very original, but all the characters experience their nightmares, and you get to see into their point of view, what scares them, a bit of their backstory, things like that. So they do try to flesh the characters out a bit more, but it's just not enough, really, because they still have the thing of the Doctor is the one central pillar of the story, and the other characters are... Yeah, I'd only be repeating myself. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And there is talk of the Doctor, of Jodie Whittaker being changed for another actor or actress, I don't know, of the Doctor regenerating again, which is, it's not fair. It's not fair to her, it's not fair to the actress, because she clearly loves that role. It's just they don't do her justice. And it's not fair.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah? And it's not fair to the fans either of the show, because they never got to see her at her best, if that is indeed the case. I haven't watched it all yet. I don't know what's happening with that. Like, for example, here is a thing which I think illustrates my point quite well, and that is that each Doctor, I'm not sure if it's the same for old Doctor Who, but since the reboot, each Doctor has had their theme song, their music. If you hear the music, you instantly recognize the music from Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi. Some of them even had multiple scores. These epic pieces of music that if you hear them, you get goosebumps, and you know that the Doctor is coming through. You know that something epic is about to happen. Yeah? That kind of music. That music, which, for me at least, makes up a large part of why Doctor Who is fun to watch, because it relies so heavily on its music. Now, for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, for that era, the original composer has left. Which isn't, while it seems like that would be a big issue, it really isn't, because the theme that was written and that was made for the 13th Doctor it's great. I love it. It encapsulates that feeling of wholesomeness and innocence, but also has adventure in it. And it is an epic theme. It fits really well with the others. But that theme, in 2 seasons of Doctor Who, now I haven't finished watching the 2nd season, but so far, they've only ever hinted at it. They've played a few bars of it, a few notes of it. Yeah. They've only hinted at it. In all of that, in all those episodes, never once did they have an episode that would have justified to use that epic theme song. Yeah? And I think that just perfectly illustrates what for me, at least, the issue is with that.
They've got her, but they don't know how to use her correctly.
Yeah, either they don't know how to use her, or the new formula, so to say, or it's meddling from above. It could very easily be meddling from the producers who maybe say that they need to get the ratings, they need to keep the ratings up. To do that, they don't want to lose the old fans, so they need to keep the old format, at least in some portion. Maybe they have rules, maybe there's interference in that. Well, there definitely is interference in that. But the writers are also different. So it's probably a combination of writers who aren't experienced in writing Doctor Who, combined with meddling from above, I'd say. Anyway, let me read chat. It's pictures from my phone, so I can't. No, you can have it in landscape mode. You just need to turn the phone 90 degrees and then take a photo like that. It will, if you have that by default, it will change the format around, so it will take a photo in landscape mode if you hold the phone like this and not like this. Current Doctor Who is, when on Earth, mostly set in Sheffield. That is true. Shadows, you forgot Yaz in the list of companions, I think. No, I said her. Graham had worked for First Yorkshire and Yaz for the police, even though they were practically never shown doing those jobs. Shadows, maybe put a bit of mud overgrown on the meadow behind the gas station. I'm quite happy with the way it looks now. Yeah. Shadows, do they need a trough? Maybe. Landscape mode, yeah. Still, nice pics. Yep, like Men in Black 4. Yeah, Men in Black 4. Men in Black 4 is some of the most condensed instance of political agendas being pushed through popular media that I have found as to date. Only next to mainstream newspapers. And maybe even on par with that. Because in that, there are two heroes. Male hero, female hero. Male hero, in every single instance, is incompetent. Every instance. He is reckless, incompetent, foolish, clumsy. He is basically a rag doll, which is being thrown around, while the female character is the exact opposite. She is clever, she is witty, she is very, very competent. Even here's the thing, he has been doing this job for many years. Men in Black. He's been doing the job for many years. She is completely new. She's just been brought into the service, and she is a professional, as though she has decades of experience. She is the exact opposite of it. And that toxic feminist statement is so incredibly...
transparent?
No, it's so incredibly opaque. It's the opposite. It's so incredibly opaque. You can... It's...
thinly veiled.
Yeah, it is...
They're not even trying to hide.
Yeah, it's like it is literally like when you watch the movie, almost in every single scene, it's like they're saying woman good, man bad, woman good, man bad. Yeah? Really, if you watch the film, you pay a bit of attention, you will see that. Additionally, Men in Black 4 constantly breaks continuity and has things that don't make any sense in it. And anyway, yeah. But that was not originally what I was talking about.
Well, I get what you mean. You want to make a female look strong, but you don't want to make a male look weak.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to make a female character look strong, great. If you want to make any character look strong, great. Just don't do
Don't
it.
sacrifice strength to someone else.
Yeah, don't do it at the expense of another character, which is in the past, toxic masculinity was definitely a thing. Definitely. Yeah? But now we've kind of switched poles. Now it's the trend is for it to go the other way, which doesn't make it better unless you have some idea of multi-generational wrath that you want to exert. But that seems ridiculous to me. Shades. Nikola Tesla was in there too, but yeah, Nikola Tesla, Doctor Who, Nikola Tesla, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, the episode with Nikola Tesla. That was a good episode of hers. In that episode, Nikola Tesla, yes, he is shown to be slightly, what's the word I'm looking for? Unaware in certain situations, like like a bit socially unaware, like the typical genius figure who is socially awkward, that sort of thing. But in that instant,
not very socially competent.
A bit, yeah. But in that instance,
not very.
Well, not to that extent. But in that instance, it fits because the real Nikola Tesla really didn't have that big of a, wasn't that skilled at social interactions. He was quite often in his life cheated out of fortunes and his inventions and was taken advantage of. But that character is a strong character in the episode. So in that episode, Nikola Tesla was represented as a strong masculine character, a good masculine character, which is great.
Without the typical thing.
Yeah, that was great.
Strong and masculine.
Yeah, that was a good example. That was a good episode. She was a strong character, Jodie Whittaker's doctor, but so was he. That is a good example. Yes, the companions were just a bit in the way. They didn't really do that much in the episode, but that's kind of par for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. Yeah, that was a good episode. Yes, it was a bit tropey and a bit boring, but for the episodes that Jodie Whittaker gets, it was a good episode. Yes. Let me continue reading chat. Child Babbage, yes. What's the difference between the OG locos from a HO scale or any other scale and imported locos? I have no idea. I don't know that much about model railways. I don't know, sadly, not well versed in locomotive scales and such. Yep, they could have done better. If the original writers would have written them, they might have been better. Almost definitely. Almost definitely. But the thing is, it's such a drastic cut as well with Doctor Who, because Jodie Whittaker's predecessor, Peter Capaldi, was perhaps the strongest Doctor Who has ever been portrayed as a character. Because he is basically... Okay, so the first new Doctor Who, the first reboot Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, he just came out of the Time War. So he was very scarred, running away. He was suffering from PTSD. He had a bit of comedy in him, but he was still very much almost
grizzled war.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, so he, in a lot of situations, he just wanted to take a back seat, watch things unfold, and take a moment's pause to look at the universe in all of its beauty. But of course he got roped into situations and things like that and adventures. His replacement, so to say, David Tennant, was still a bit grizzled from the war. There are definitely moments where you can see how much that had impacted him, but he was mostly sad. Because in the Time War, he thought, at least, that he had killed all of his people. To end the war, he destroyed his own homeworld. Yeah?
I don't blame him for being sad.
Yeah. So the 10th Doctor is a lot of what his arc is his sadness and how powerful he is, how much stuff he can do, and yet how helpless he is in a lot of situations. Yeah. And then Matt Smith's character is basically him is more whimsical. It's more the funny old madman in a box, that kind of thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
So more he's a lot more loose, and it's almost like he's trying to forget what the Time War and what he's done. He's like he's been running away from it. So Christopher Eccleston has been running away from it, denying it. Then David Tennant was realizing it. He was so scarred by it, so sad, and now Matt Smith is trying to forget it. He he often plays the character in a very silly way, a very whimsical, silly way, and acts like that a lot of the time. But then the real him does show through, and his trauma, and that he actually is an old man who's lived for thousands of years and seen so much loss and tragedy, but he just hides it away. That's sort of Matt Smith's portrayal of the Doctor, I think, at least from my observations. And then you get to Peter Capaldi, who accepts it. He accepts what he has seen. He accepts what he's done as being part of the past. He can't change it. And he moves on. And that's where he gets all of his strength back. Yeah? Sure, he's funny and whimsical sometimes, but he's also quite serious a lot of the times. He's the Doctor who shows up in the TARDIS with sunglasses and an electric guitar. Yeah? He's the one. Literally, he does that often.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is. It is awesome. And he's the one who has stopped letting the past drag him down. He's the one who's looking to the future and to the present. He's the one who's trying to make the best of what he has. He's the one who... he's the one who, as he puts it himself, has a duty of care towards Clara, his companion, at least for most of it, and he just wants to see the universe with her, yeah. And he, in my opinion, is where the Doctor is the most powerful, yeah. Because he's the one who. Okay, if you intend to watch Doctor Who and you don't want spoilers, just be warned, I'm about to give some spoilers. But if you either don't really care, because it's not that bad, the spoilers, because the episodes are so good they stand on their own even if spoiled. So
yeah, I probably won't. No.
So okay. He is the Doctor who is a really, really good man, but who thinks that he's not. He's doubting that. Because... Okay, here's the thing. So, Clara gets killed. There is a thing where... I mean, Clara, throughout a lot of that season, is getting... and Trainz just crashed, that's okay. Throughout a lot of that season, Clara is getting more and more reckless, taking greater and greater risks, because she... One second. I might stop talking for a while because it may have disconnected me again.
Fine.
Can you still hear me? No, you can't still hear me. Haha, I anticipated it. And
you join us here.
Sorry, I cut you off there. Sorry,
there we go.
I cut you off a bit there. Sorry.
I've been busy.
Okay, so Clara gets killed. There is a trap for the Doctor, and Clara gets more and more reckless because she is... To her, this whole adventuring business is seems more like a game, and the Doctor is getting increasingly worried that it will get her killed because she's just acting more and more reckless. She's acting like he is, but without the experience. So, eventually, it does get her killed. And that makes the Doctor so furious, so mad, that... So he... In that episode at the end, he gets teleported to a new place. he materializes into this castle-like structure, and he says that. Okay, well, let me see if I can remember the words. He says. Oh, let me see if I can remember. No, he doesn't say that. Let me just see. One second. What was it? I remember the second part, not the first part.
Say the second, maybe you'll remember the first.
It's. One second. Yeah, right. I remember now. He says, if you think that because she is dead, I am weak, then you understand very little. If you had any part in killing her, and you're not afraid, then you understand nothing at all. I am the doctor, and I will. What was it? And I will find you. I think he says, yeah. I'm the doctor, and I will find you. And the way he says that with his Scottish accent and that face and his magician's kind of almost magician's cloak, not cloak, jacket thing, it just oozes with power and yeah. And then in that episode, and here more really strong spoilers ahead. Basically, he is trapped in a confession dial, which means it is basically a torture chamber, a world. This basically it's an ocean, in the center of which is a rock with a castle on it, a big castle. He's trapped in the castle, and ever so often the rooms shift around and rotate and change about. And there's a monster chasing him. The thing that he is most afraid of is chasing him, and that is his first encounter with death.
Oh.
It is this cloaked, this figure which has a white cloth over it, with these almost rotten skeletal hands and flies buzzing about it. And it is chasing him through the castle, walking very slowly, but always coming. No matter how fast he runs, no matter how far away he tries to get in the castle, it is always coming. Yeah? And then he figures out, he's there for many days, maybe a few months. Yeah? And then he figures out that when the creature is about to trap him, about to get him, if he makes a confession, if he admits something, if he makes a confession, then the creature disappears and reappears at the far end of the castle. Yeah? If he makes a confession, locked doors open. He gets further. So then he starts seeing these strange hints. Like, for example, text written in dust that says bird. He finds a skull next to where he gets teleported in. He sees the number 12 etched in somewhere. And he follows these clues. And one time that episode, I think, is one of the best, if not the best, Doctor Who episode I've seen. Because, in large part, due to the music. It's such a big part of that is the music. I would say that between 60 and 70% of that episode is the music. Yeah? So, yeah, so he before he figures that out, there's a series of events basically that happen. So one of them is he is forced to. He's about to get killed by the monster, so he decides to jump out of the window. Yeah, because he threw a chair through it, heard that there was water below. He jumps out and just sails for over 100 meters down into the water. And they did the kind of mind palace thing from Sherlock, where occasionally, for him it's the TARDIS. So occasionally it cuts to him being in the TARDIS, flipping switches and turning dials, talking to himself, which is actually his mind, in his mind. And because Clara is gone, he doesn't have anybody to talk to. He doesn't have anybody to show off to explain his plans to. So he, in his mind, talks to Clara. Most of the time she isn't there. But then after he jumps into the water, we can see him laying in the TARDIS and the lights are off. He's unconscious. He's drowning. And then he has this whole monologue about why must he always win? Why can't he just give up? Why can't he just surrender and have it be over with? And then in his mind, Clara appears and convinces him that he is the Doctor and that he doesn't give up and that he needs to continue. And so he gets up in the TARDIS and the lights come back on one after another and the whirring sound begins again, and as his mind wakes up again, yeah, and then we cut to him being underwater, and then there is a mountain of skulls beneath the water, yeah, and he swims up and breathes heavily. He comes up, he gets to shore, goes back into the castle. He walks around and finds a fireplace. Luckily, there are already some dried clothes there for him to wear. So he puts his clothes down next to the fire and puts on the other clothes that were there. There's a painting of Clara with the paint peeling off, all of the time accompanied by this amazing music. Yeah? So he's been there for probably over a year now, running away from the monster. And at some point, he gets to... I'm not sure if it's over here. It might be a bit soon. Not that long, maybe. At one point, he climbs one of the towers. He gets to the top, and he looks at the stars to try to figure out where he is. Because he's thousands of years old, he knows what the stars look like, he can figure out where he is. But the stars are wrong. The positions are as though they would be in about 100 years or so in the future. But he hasn't been teleported through time. He would have felt that. Yeah? And that's when, and then the monster sneaks up on him, and he drops the skull into the water. Yeah? And then he makes a confession, and he's safe for now again. And it continues on like this until he's made almost every he's made every confession except for one thing. This being that has lived for thousands of years, this being that has so many memories, so many secrets, who has lived so many lifetimes, who's been in so many wars, has confessed to everything except for one thing. And at the end, he's in this corridor, and it is blocked off. There is this crystalline wall behind which is the actual TARDIS, his escape. This wall is many meters thick and is 400 times stronger than diamond. If he confessed his last confession, it would vanish. He would be free. However, let me take a drink of water. Yeah. However, his last confession is so dangerous. Because his last confession is what an entity known as the hybrid is. Which, if whoever trapped him in this confession dial knew that, it would be the end of humanity. Like, it would likely be the end of humanity. So he so badly wants to just for once he wants to lose. He wants to give up. But his conscience, his memory of Clara won't allow it. And so he decides that he's going to... He realizes one thing, and that is that when he got teleported in the first time... not first, I'm sorry. When he got teleported in the beginning, I mean... His pattern is still in the teleporter. So, if he somehow powered that teleporter, if he had a fuel cell, then he could teleport in another version of himself. It would be identical to him as it was when he first came in there. Yes? So, then he sees a way out. This wall, which is many meters thick, 400 times stronger than diamond, he can break it. Because if he punches the wall with his fists enough times, it will break. So what he does is he starts punching the wall. And he starts telling a story. He starts telling a story about the shepherd's boy. And he only gets maybe one sentence in before the monster catches up to him. And finally, he doesn't run away from it. The monster grabs his face, it sizzles steam, and he falls to the ground. Because he's a Time Lord, his regeneration abilities, it takes him over a day to die from that. But he is dying. So he then painstakingly drags his way back to the teleportation chamber, which takes him a day to do, dragging himself by his fingers up the stairs to the teleportation chamber, hooking himself up to the teleporter, and using his body as a battery to power the teleporter to create a new version of himself, a fresh one, yes? So he does that. And then the Doctor comes back in. He teleports in. He gives the same speech about if you think that because she is dead, I am weak, then you that speech. Yeah? He gives that speech again, and he finds the letters bird written into the ground, which is what he had previously written in there. Moments before he died, moments before he re-engaged the teleporter, with his last bit of strength, he wrote the letters bird into the dust to remind himself of the story that he was telling when breaking the wall, so that he would finish the story. Yeah? So the loop continues. He makes the same discoveries. He takes the skull, which we now know is his own skull, and he finds the monster. He finds out that if he makes confessions, that the monster teleports away again. He goes through the loop again. He jumps into the water. He finds the stars, only now it's not 100 years that the stars are out of place. It's 500. because time doesn't stop. He just keeps going and going again, but time doesn't stop. The stars keep moving. So now it's 500 years in the future. He's been in this loop for so many times. He drops the skull into the water, he jumps into the water later, and the mountain of skulls, that was created through all of the countless times that he dropped his own skull from the tower into the water. Those are all his skulls, his previous loops. Yeah? And then the loop just continues. And this is a montage, but this is one of the best montages I have ever seen because of the music. Because that brilliant, sweeping, epic, tragic, hopeful score just elevates the scene so much. And he gets it continues on until he's at the wall again. He punches the wall. He starts his story again from the beginning. This time he doesn't get any further. There is not a dent in the wall. He continues on, and he gets killed again. He goes through the loop. He gets teleported back in. He finds out that he can confess things. He jumps into the water. He sees the stars. Now it's 1,000 years that have passed. He keeps on going and going and going, and until eventually he gets in another sentence of his story. He's now made a dent in the wall. He's one step closer. Yeah? And the story so perfectly... Actually, let me see if I can find the story, because One second. Let me see if I can find the story. Oh, sorry, I might not be able to hear me anymore.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Phil?
I am absolutely... I can still hear you, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I am absolutely going to be looking this up on YouTube later.
Yes.
Doctor Who. Oh my God.
The episode is called Heaven Sent. Heaven Sent.
Yeah.
One second. Shepherd's Boy. Heaven Sent. But you kind of have... Well, it is a good episode on its own, but it is a part of a 3-story arc. One second. Let me find it. The story. Where is it? Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, where is it? Where is it? It shouldn't be that difficult to find. Shouldn't be that difficult to find, surely. Here, I found it. So, the story that he tells, every iteration in the story he gets a bit further. He says, there's this mountain of pure diamond. It takes an hour to climb it and an hour to go around it. And every 100 years, a little bird comes and sharpens its beak on the diamond mountain. And when the entire... Actually, no, that's... No, sorry. It was bold, sorry. No, it begins before. So, here we go. The actual full story is, there's this emperor, and he asks the shepherd's boy, how many seconds in eternity? And the shepherd's boy says, there's this mountain of pure diamond. It takes an hour to climb it and an hour to go around it. And every 100 years, a little bird comes and sharpens its beak on the diamond mountain. And when the entire mountain is chiseled away, the first second of eternity will have passed. Yeah? So, that story, that is what the Doctor wanted to remind himself of, which is why he wrote bird into the ground with his last bit of remaining energy at the end of each loop. Yeah? So he finishes that story when he finally gets through the wall. And the thing is, each time he sees the stars, it's 100, 500, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000 years into the future, 10 million years, 100 million years in the future, 1 billion years in the future. It takes him 5 billion years of being in that loop. 5 billion years to punch his way through that wall. All because he does not want to lose. He does not want to give up his last confession, which is what the hybrid is. Yeah? And Clara, his companion for a long time, who's dead, her spirit is what keeps him going through it. And this entire montage is absolutely amazing music. Let me see if I can find it and put it in chat. There is actually an official original soundtrack. So, one second, let me find it. This is it, right. So, this is... Actually, this might be the scene itself. It might be the scene or the music, I'm not sure. It definitely has the music in it. That is... Yeah, that one. I've just posted on... Actually, no, that is wrong. I accidentally posted it here. Never mind, I need to remove that because people will otherwise be very confused. I've posted it in the wrong Discord channel. Let me go to that channel. I posted it in Trainz chat. Right, there you go. It's in that channel. So, and the thing is, each time the monster, his biggest fear, catches up to him and kills him. As he's finally at the very last few millimeters of the wall, he punches it. He's almost at the end of the story. He punches it, and it cracks open. He turns around. The monster, only inches away from him, falls to nothingness. A few cogs and gears fall out. The cloth drops to the ground. And he finishes the story with, "You may think that's a hell of a long time. Personally, I think that's a hell of a bird." Yeah? As a metaphor, obviously, for him being the bird that chisels away at the mountain of diamond, beating the time it takes, beating eternity. Yeah? And then him escaping, and he is mad. Yeah? He escapes, and then after he escapes, he's at a specific location. A little boy comes up to him, and he says, so the doctor stops him, and he says, "Go find whoever's in charge, and tell them I've come the long way around." Yeah? That is where the episode ends, the cliffhanger. The next episode, another brilliant episode. And that, to me, is the peak of Doctor Who. Yeah? And that is only a couple of seasons, like 1 or 2 seasons, away from Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, which is such an extreme contrast in terms of quality of both the stories and the music, the characters, all of it. It's such a departure. It really feels like a completely different show. But yeah, anyway, I would strongly suggest you listen to the music. Watch the episode, if you can. Watch the episode. Well, actually, watch the episode before that, which was, I think, Hellbent? Not sure. Let me see. No, Hellbent is the next episode, sorry. Yeah, so watch that episode, Heaven Sent. The next one, Hellbent. Because in Hellbent, the Doctor finds the people responsible for Clara's death and the people who are responsible for imprisoning him in there for 5 billion years. And you can imagine what will happen when the Doctor is this mad and he has nothing to lose. Yeah? It is just such an absolute joy to watch. Yeah? There are so many brilliant scenes. Like in one scene, there are like 10 armed people. It's like this desert thing. He comes out of a shack. I won't give away too much, but there are 10 armed people with Oh, is he gone? Is he gone? Oh, why are you gone? Was it too much for you? Oh, you're gone. Apparently it was too much for him. Oh, you're back. Are you back? Can't hear you. Oh, no.
Sorry, I
no,
accidentally
Ken.
cut out.
Ah, good. Right. So, yeah, so I thought it was too much for you. Right, so there are these 10 armed men, full modern armor, pointing rifles at him, at his little shack. They send someone in to tell him to come out. He comes out calmly. He has his sunglasses on, walks out. They are trembling in fear. Yeah? And they say, one of them says, drop your weapons. And he drops a spoon, which is a reference to an older episode where he was battling with Robin Hood. He was sword fighting with a spoon, yeah? So it's in that episode, in that tense situation, that epically built up moment, they put in a reference to a previous story. A subtle reference. They don't just make the Doctor have an exposition of saying that, oh, he battled something. No, he's silent. He doesn't say a word. All he does is he drops a spoon. Yeah? And what happens after that, it's just amazing. Anyway, I think that's probably enough, considering we're 8 minutes over time. So I'll read chat. I will read chat. There's a lot of chat.
Yes.
Oh, there, that's where I was. Well, Twitch decided to start buffering. Guess no more stream for me. Aww. That's just... It's very unfortunate. Actually, 1 second. Let me just... Oh, by the way, yeah, he has his electric guitar with him as well. When he's out there in the desert, he's just... He's got his electric guitar, and he's literally got his sunglasses on, his magician's cloak, with his electric guitar, just strumming it. Just strumming it a little. Anyway. And yes. So... what was I? Bye? I will try to stay. Oh, are you staying in chat? Good. Looks lovely. Exactly. If they didn't get rid of the old writers, the new episodes might have been better. Might feel... maybe. But then again, not all older Doctor Who episodes were this good. There are loads of old Doctor Who episodes which are just really boring. They're just tropey and boring and... yeah. But you do get gems like these, which are... you know what I think about this episode. Shadows, Chris, it's pictures from my phone, so I can't. Was supposed to be before you said the thing about landscape mode. Oh, sorry. By the way, I can hear myself over you, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't need to change anything because it's only a very short time left. So let's just leave it as. So here we go. XD. Yeep. Obvious. It's very obvious. 13th Doctor. Whimsical? About Tesla. Yeah. In the way. Too true. Well, not too, but true. I mean, it depends. If the higher-ups told the writers what kind of stuff to write, the original writers' new work might not be that great either. Exactly. Doctor Who spoilers. There we go. Whimsical. Yeah, exactly. Matt Smith catchphrase. I like bow ties. Bow ties are cool. Exactly. Yeah? That encapsulates Matt Smith's Doctor. Well, at least the whimsical side of him. The catchphrase. I like bow ties. Bow ties are cool. Yeah? Literally. I'm back from eating pizza. Oh, hello then. Welcome back, XD. Nice, welcome back. Yeah, P does do that. Oh, hello. DT Channy 11, or however that's supposed to be said. Hello, welcome, the stream's over. Sorry for not getting to you sooner. Shades, 12th Doctor was quite powerful. However, I haven't seen Doctors 2 through 7, so I couldn't say for sure. Yes, that's why I said reboot Doctors. What did you say? I only heard and you join us here. It was basically that. Oh, yeah. Alright. Castle-like structure. I remember that. He says, let's see if I can remember my lines. Yeah, the 12th rocket did have sort of a magician aura. He did. Around him, yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I concur with Paradise on this one, yeah. Amazing music. Like the ones you're making for Ghostly Adventure. Haha, yes. Ugh, damn you. That's such a funny response. We're going to the dam again. But yeah, I'll give you this one. The pun wasn't the greatest. Paradise, building tension. However, I will take a drink of water. Yeah, exactly. I was building tension. Yep, wow. Holy cow of Wowston University. Yep, never been there. Is it near Wowminster, Worcestershire? Absolutely. Right here. Paradise, in the beginning of the stream, I'm feeling quite tired. Paradise now, Doctor Who! Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's because of the music, because with the right music, it just energizes you. Even if you're really very tired, it does energize you. And when I'm thinking of this episode, I'm thinking of that music, and that makes me... Like, if I'm thinking about it now, I realize, oh, wait, I'm actually tired. And now I begin to feel a bit...
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Must have dozed off then. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, right, yeah, I was saying that if I'm thinking about it now, I'm actually feeling a bit...
Oi.
Oh, sorry. Yes, a bit tired. Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah. Heaven Sent and Hellbent. About the bird that sharpens its beak. Yes. Brilliant writing right there. Heard, heart out of heart, heart out of heart. Yes. OST, official soundtrack. Yes. Shadis, where did you post it before? I accidentally posted it in Trainz chat. What channel? XD, brilliant. FB clap. No, that clap. Yeah, there we go. Shadow's Hellbent was after, yes. Heaven Sent, Hellbent. Yeah, as I said, stop! That was when you disconnected, right? Right? Did you write that when you disconnected the stop?
Yeah, that was me.
Wait, what? What's happened? Phew. What? What? There we go. Nice. Yes, joy to watch indeed. It defines Doctor Who. Well, part of it anyway. Trace, so I will read chat. 2334. Right, bye everyone. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for the possible shout out. I will give you a shout out, don't worry. I can't tell I am in buffering last 5 minutes. That's unfortunate. Yes, indeed. Bye. Didn't even see you there. You had the same color as me. Hi and bye. For me, he was purple. Trace, he didn't say cow. He said wow. Sure. I must have misread it then. Hey, up. Wake up. It was Paradise. Apparently. Right, so. This stream was fun. I didn't think I'd talk this much about Holy Wow of Wowston University. Like that. Oh, right, yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, the original thing is Holy Cow.
I'm going to come off the voice chat now.
Okay, well then say bye to everybody.
See ya.
Bye, Mr. W. Right, so. This stream was fun. I've got a bit done. I've made a field. I've made the trackside, shrubbery stuff. So bye, yes. Didn't expect to talk that much about Doctor Who, but I really liked it. So, with that, shout out. So, Kango Fango, he streams on Sunday, map development in Trainz, OMSI 2, driving games, so truck simulators. A lot of fun to watch. Also, Slovak Eagle, who's currently buffering up right now. He also streams Trainz when he can. Isn't able to at the moment, but he will be again sometime, hopefully. Also, what he said before, Central Europe, huge Trainz map, freely available. Again, a new version is going to come out soon, like you said. It's on the DLS. Have a look at that if you want. He's not the only developer. He's part of a group that they're making that route, including Brandt and Swedar and a few others as well. So have a look at that as well. Bye. Thanks for the stream. Bye. Thank you for the shout out. No problem. So yes, that is the end of the stream. So if you don't mind, I'm just gonna say bye, and yeah. So I'm just gonna let the ghost lady end the stream. So bye everybody. Bye. Yep. Come on. You can click the button. Come on, you can click it. No, not that. No, that would start a recording. No, I meant the other button. No, if you look right there, you can see. Yeah, if you look. No, a bit further to the right. That one. Yeah. Okay. Well, bye.